Oh, this is very important for those who are caregivers and parents and anyone who has any involvement with a young child in our country. Toys, that's right, they play a vital role in the brain development of children. It's in the build-up to World Play Day later this month. That's right, let me repeat that, World Play Day. Non-profit organisation, Cotlands, once again committing itself to growing toy libraries in our country. The NGO encouraging adults and children to dress up in their favourite superhero outfits to help raise awareness for educational toy libraries. So let's try and get an idea of why this initiative is so important and why we're going in this direction. I'm joined, there she is, by the NGO's Irene Chetty. Hello to you, Irene. And it really is a very important discussion to have because we know how important early childhood development actually is. Just for those who don't quite understand the importance of this, just set the scene there for me.
Good morning, Gareth, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak on such an important topic. Play is absolutely important to children, especially children aged 0 to 5 years, because this is when the brain develops. And if you miss this window of opportunity to instill in the brain the nurturing, enabling environment for it to develop, then you can have problems, or the child can have problems later with brain development, with just being developmentally reaching their development milestones as well. So it's important for neurological development as well. So play is innately how children learn, and if you put them in their natural environment and habitat, they will learn through play. So it's very important for children to have this in the first 5 years of their life.
And just how widespread are these toy libraries? I'll be honest, I'm not a parent, so it's not something I'm looking out for. Is this something that would be the norm in a community? Is this something that a school would be trying to bring in? Just where would you find a toy library like this?
So, Gareth, let me start off by saying what toy libraries are. Just picture a book library, except what's being borrowed and lent are toys. For Cotlands, we work with our partners and we establish toy libraries throughout the country. It can be established anywhere. It can be established in a community. It can be established in next to a school, adjacent to a community center. But what is most important for us is, as part of our advocacy campaign, is to encourage public toy libraries to be equipped with public book libraries to be equipped with toy libraries. And that's where most of the access will happen. And parents and the communities and everybody who needs to borrow toys would be able to do so if they are inserted and adapted into public municipal libraries.
And I imagine, apart from an NGO making a call for this to get more attention as well, Irene, it's also got to be a case of advocacy around this as well. It had to try and bring this more into a generalized conversation for those who don't know about this, more importantly, and for those who do know about this but aren't doing it properly. Let's talk about advocacy campaigns around this. Is enough being done?
Well, Cotlands is certainly committed to advocate for more toy libraries in public book libraries, Gareth. And the Department of Arts and Culture is actually responsible for toy library services. And so what Cotlands is doing is trying to advocate at a municipal level and have councillors involved, ward councillors involved, trying to advocate for IDP processes to include in their budgeting processes the inclusion for toy libraries in public municipal book libraries. Part of our advocacy campaign is called the Every 1 Million, and we have launched that this month. Basically what that suggests and draws attention to is that in South Africa, children aged 0 to 5, we have, Gareth, more than 1 million children who don't have access to any early childhood development program, which means they miss the opportunity of this important stage of development. And so Every 1 Million campaign is saying, get onto the Cotlands website at cotlands.org, sign our petition so that we can use the number of signatures as a lobbying tool to go to municipality, to go to government and say, here's the importance of having every municipal book library equipped with a toy library. So that's part of our advocacy campaign, as you said, as a build up to World Play Day, which is on the 28th of May this year.
28th of May, and I believe we need to try and dress up in superhero outfits as well. While you were talking, I was thinking, how am I going to dress up in a superhero outfit and go on live television? That's okay, I've got a couple of ideas. We can maybe come up with something. Irene, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. Maybe we'll talk again closer to the time. We'll try and keep this in the zeitgeist, if you will, of importance when it comes to news. Toy libraries. I must be honest, I didn't know these were things that you got. Now, of course, a very important conversation we'll keep talking about. Irene Chetty, Cotland's National Business